think a lot of pride is riding on this matchup, but there is still that possibility going into this game.
Absolutely. As we get things kicked off here in game number 1, Space Kid getting under too fast. It'll be interesting to see how Texas Tech approach this matchup. They've been swept a couple times here by LSU and by Fullerton. So they are prone to being swept here, and for UNT, they are currently the strongest team, at least on paper. At the top, LSU right with them. Here's Khan looking for a second touch, has the boost to do so. He's going to get free off the back wall, and where was UNT watching him put this one in?
Just zero respect given to Khan on this one, and he makes the defense suffer for it. Just feathers the boost all the way. And what did you see there, Corelli? What stood out to you?
Lucia, he tried to catch up to the play on the back post, but it accidentally boosted into the crossbar. He was the one who had to make that challenge and accidentally took himself out of the play there, which is why nobody challenged Khan on that second touch, which is why it looked so weird. So Texas Tech coming out on top here in the first minute. North Texas trying to find their footing, and they will here as Too Fast pushes the ball down the field looking for D-Bank. D-Bank gets a touchdown to Lucia, free shot. It's over the top of the net. Follow-up from Too Fast again off the back wall.
On the back end.
No follow-up there, as I think D-Bank was the next to go, but couldn't get a hold of it.
And we saw a good bump there from Texas Tech to get that third man out of the rotation. Not only did it stifle the offense of UNT, but also opened up an opportunity. And those are those moments they've got to capitalize on where, hey, we've got a free play, just bomb that ball downfield. This is another good play. Shoots down to Space Kitten. Good pass upfield, and good finish for Space Kitten.
Yeah, fantastic finish. D-Bank thought that touch was going to get out to Too Fast, and I suppose he didn't get the touch he wanted, as it came right out to Texas Tech, and a good play downfield for Space Kitten to get a hold of it. And he puts it on target. 2-0 now for Texas Tech. A humongous start for them, as Khan's going to try and keep it going off the kickoff. UNT looking to find their footing here in this Subi, and certainly not what I expected, at least in the first minute or so, to be all Texas Tech.
I mean, this is the perfect start for Texas Tech, and hey, get them however you can. And good pass towards midfield.
Wow.
And an open shot. The defense is just miserable right now for UNT.
Yeah, struggling, as D-Bank just didn't even get the read on that one. Way too low to get the touch, and it was an open shot. Space Kitten now with 2 for Texas Tech, and a 3-0 scoreline in game 1 in the first 2 minutes.
Well, that's going to upset a lot of predictions. I know. Oh, there we go. There's the offense starting for UNT, and they make it look so easy, but Texas Tech just have to hold on for 3 more minutes.
That's a lot to ask when you're going against one of the best here in the Western Conference. That time the kickoff getting the better of Texas Tech. North Texas were all over it. The Mean Green get one back, I should say, getting there first. It's a dangerous ball here in front of the net for UNT. Too Fast, just has to pop it up to clear it away. Lucia quick to follow it up. Space Kitten thought he had more time.
Oh, what a dunk!
Gets dunked, and Khan puts away the 4th.
Oh, baby. Just going all the way through this ball, and hello, Too Fast, how you doing?
Wow.
There's Khan to send it right back home. Great read, and I think he had to read that touch there from Space Kitten and respect the fact that he could get that pop-up.
And what a statement here. You know, in the first 2 minutes at least for Texas Tech, you know, the rest of the game still to be played here, but a fantastic start for them. Sitting at 4-1, they've commanded a lot of the space on the pitch. It's been tough for UNT to get downfield to create any sort of chance. They have 1 shot, and that's D-Bank's 1 goal. Other than that, it's been all Texas Tech, racking up 6 shots now. UNT looking to find some sort of foothold, but they just can't get it. Texas Tech, once again, coming down the sideline. It comes out to D-Bank, throws it down Too Fast quickly on the transition. The Mean Green put one on target. Another one comes out from D-Bank. North Texas looking to set up the attack. So they get a good touch. Too Fast isn't going to get a hold of that one from Lucia's pass. And again, Lucia looking for D-Bank across. Too heavy. And Texas Tech are going to get out.
And for the first about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes of game number 1, really looked like UNT, I don't know if they weren't taking it seriously, weren't trying, but they quickly woke up with that 4th goal from Texas Tech. And now they seem to be trying to run an offense, all 3 rotating well. The positioning is there, but 3-goal comeback with minute and 40 to work with is a very hard ask, even for a team like North Texas.
It certainly is, especially with a minute and a half left. You spent a lot of the time having to play some defense. That's a good pass out to D-Bank. The ideas are there for UNT, but they're not capitalizing. Too Fast had his opportunity, but a bad touch leads to Texas Tech. Clear. Is it going to drop in? Too Fast. Big clear off the crossbar. C-Money. He's going to put it away, and a 5th one for Texas Tech.
My goodness, you called it out correctly, Corelli, that, yeah, the ideas are right for UNT, but the execution just not there, and they continue to get punished on that back end, pushing everyone forward on offense, and these fast breaks are working very well for Texas Tech.
Especially after generating your own chances in the beginning of the game for Texas Tech. Now, capitalizing on the mistakes from North Texas has paid off. A 4-goal game. Oh, hold on a second. Now 3-goal game as North Texas get one back.
Good read here from Lucia, and D-Bank just forcing it into the corner, and Con and Space Kitten go up on that one, but I don't think it matters. I think either way that ball is going to find the back of the net. And 3 goals, minute and 5 seconds. This is one of those tough comebacks, Corelli, that we rarely see in Rocket League, but crazier things have been done, and it starts right now with Too Fast with the nasty air dribble all the way to the net.
Crazier things have been done, but this is pretty nutty from Too Fast as he gets the second touch to put it off the back wall, and it's exactly what UNT needed to get back into this game. You talk about the comeback, Subi, and those quick goals off kickoff. You're going to need another one here, but you got yourself now just under a minute to score 2 goals, which is absolutely possible. 20% left of the game. And for Texas Tech, looking to hold on now. Their lead cut to 2, but maybe could add another goal. It's Too Fast again on the dribble. He's got D-Bank on the left,
I love
but
that.
Bodied and boxed out of the way by the opposition.
Yeah, way to take the offender out of the play there, but here comes D-Bank. He's got players and gets the touch, but good read by C-Money there to send that ball into the corner. And right now, Texas Tech just needs to kill time. Long, just soft touches all the way downfield, forcing UNT to use a lot of boost. And this clear, much needed. It's going to be a very, very tough play here to get this ball into the net with time left to tie it up.
Yeah, time left is the key there for UNT. That's all they're banking on now, and they're going to have to go down the field. C-Money pops it up, and that'll do it here for game 1. Texas Tech going to come out on top. The lead just too much for UNT to fight back, and a fantastic first game in the series here for Texas Tech. You talk about having to come out and prove yourself against one of the top teams. Well, you put up 5 against them, and a commanding lead early on certainly proves that Texas Tech can contend here.
Absolutely, and living up to the battle over Texas, putting on a barn burner here in game number 1. 8 goals, tons of shots put on target, and just an offensive showcase for both squads. The defense didn't seem to be there. There were saves put on the ball, obviously, but it just seemed like, okay, now it's your turn to go on offense. Go ahead and score, and on the kickoff, we're going to have our turn.
And so now when we get into game 2 here, Subi, what we're really looking for, UNT, how do they adapt out the start of the gate? Because, you know, Texas Tech, or any team, it's tough to replicate that start, putting up, 3-4 goals in the first minute or so. So for Texas Tech, how do you deal with UNT adapting to what they saw in game 1? Well, right now it's D-Bank trying to carve through Texas Tech. This one finding the back wall, looking for Lucia. He's there, shot is wide. D-Bank trying to put it away. Instead, keeps it away from the defenders and demolition. Now Too Fast has some boost. Into the air he goes. Gets the flip. Didn't use it. I don't think he got it in the end. Lucia, a second touchdown. North Texas threatening, and Too Fast couldn't get there, and the clear away for Texas Tech.
He had the pre-jump on that too, and the read was almost close enough, but just in the end, didn't quite cut it. And I think right off the rip, we're starting to see UNT is taking game 2 very serious. The rotation's very crisp, positioning nice and clean, and there's always a follow-up to that ball, and a guy just like Too Fast there, just in case a mistake is put by the first player.
It's certainly not the same start that Texas Tech had in the first game, as UNT finding a bit more space to use. Lucia out of boost, needs help from Too Fast, does get it. C-Money now trying to clear it away for Texas Tech. And even opening here in the first minute, still scoreless. Too Fast touch does get away, but it's out to Khan. Now he's trying to work his magic once more. He runs out of boost, and D-Bank, big clear. He breaks through the line of Texas Tech, looking for help. Finds the back wall. It's going to roll down, and it's easy for Khan to clear it away.
That's a tough one right there. You got to try and get that ball wrapped through the corner so it goes towards the net instead of getting it up like that, because give the defender a chance. And good job by the defender to get back in time, but here comes D-Bank. 1v2, and Khan with the early challenge, but too fast there for the cleanup. But man, Texas Tech is looking quick right now and looking faster than previous weeks that we've watched them. The experience in CRL really paying dividends for them.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about the growth of certain teams in CRL, Texas Tech has slowly been one to get on the radar. Even from last season, we talked about them quite a bit. But now, seeing what we're seeing here against North Texas, this has been strong from Texas Tech. And they would love to find the first goal here in Game 2. Dangerous ball bouncing down. D-Bank needed help. Lucia there to clear it away, but it's Texas Tech on the attack. That one's too high. C-Money races back, and he gets dunked by Space Kitten. Accidental from Texas Tech. That'll stifle their own attack. A dangerous clear from Space Kitten. This one coming out to Lucia. He'll put it away for the Mean Green, and North Texas on top.
Just a bang-bang play for North Texas here. You see the demo on the backside opens things up for Lucia. And the first one on the board took quite a while. And I think North Texas was starting to scratch their heads of saying, how do we break through? Well, answer to that is demo, demo, demo.
They opened up their opportunity, really spread out Texas Tech as well. They didn't have the best clear there either. So a little bit of everything there for Texas Tech. Lucia does find the back wall. D-Bank's got boost, but can't get there before Khan. Lucia again tried to pass that one off too fast. Knew better to go for it as he has to play a bit of defense. Doesn't get the touch off the back wall, but I think everyone thought he was going to. And no one there to follow up now. Lucia into the air looking for help. D-Bank was there, but cleared away by Texas Tech. Another miss, but it comes out to Khan.
That's called a fake Corelli?
Yeah, I suppose so. It at least fooled me, which I'm not sure if that really counts. But UNT still trying to threaten Texas Tech, being put on the back foot a little bit more than what we saw in the last game, but still having some opportunity downfield, Subi.
Definitely, and C-Money. Just keep your eyes on Too Fast. He forces this mistake out of C-Money. That's all you got to say. Watch this.
Chasing after him.
Makes him jump.
Yeah. That's great play from Too Fast, and that shows the importance of, even if he doesn't make contact on the bump or the demo, it still makes the opposition think, right? C-Money saw that Too Fast was coming. It was calculated when C-Money had to attack the shot. Unfortunately, made him just a bit too slow.
Right.
The hesitation paid
big
off.
miss.
Texas Tech, Khan, can he put it away? A bit high. C-Money there to put it away, and it's wide. And that was a big opportunity for Texas Tech to get one back, and they couldn't convert.
Yeah, and that, nice bump there by Space Kitten to take D-Bank off the ball, and good challenge by C-Money. Almost neutral, but Khan took a little too much time, hit his break, a little extra, more than he needed to there as C-Money up off the side wall, twisting, twirling, double tapping into the net. Oh, baby, bring him within one.
Oh, he's got 92 boosts going into the 72 when he picks it up. And a great couple touches to keep the momentum of that ball up and over the defenders. They thought a little bit more of an arc was going to be there, and instead C-Money carries it to the back wall. And Texas Tech finally on the board with 47 seconds left, within reach of tying up this game.
Great individual effort there as D-Bank and Too Fast try and combine powers mid-air. Definitely a risky move there with almost 30 seconds to go as you're committing two players, and you're giving Texas Tech more than a chance than you absolutely should here.
This could be one of the last opportunities for Texas Tech if they can get a hold of it. C-Money is going to find the back wall of UNT. Ball played back to him, and maybe not the best touch. As Too Fast there to once again try and play it out of the Mean Green side. Khan has an opportunity. That one high and away. And with 7 seconds left, Lucia just holding on to it. He's going to try and put that one off the back wall. D-Bank there to secure it. And with 2 seconds left, North Texas up by 2.
Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin right there. And North Texas get game one back and tie this series up. And that's nothing short of just a miss on that back wall. Got to do a better job, but in the end, I don't think it really mattered, as I think North Texas had this one in the bag.
They certainly do now, as a fourth one will drop for Too Fast here, as Texas Tech watched it go in. But Subi, this is what we were concerned about, at least what I brought up for Texas Tech. You have a phenomenal first game, and a lot of times what we see after those games, especially in matchups where it doesn't favor the team that have those big blowout wins, where they're able to put up a lot of points early, you see that North Texas able to fight back and showing their prowess here. 4-1 maybe doesn't really explain or show what this game was. It was certainly closer than 4-1, but Texas Tech had to play a lot more defense, had to be on or push back to their own goal line a lot more often here than they were in the first game.
Yeah, it's definitely hard when you're on a team like Texas Tech and you take down a dominant opponent like North Texas in game one, and they did it pretty handedly. And then you go into game number 2, and the look is completely different, and that's what separates the top-level teams from mid-level teams, is being able to change your gameplay on the fly and being able to create strategies on the fly. And that's what Texas Tech has to do right here. They've got to be able to say, okay, what did North Texas do differently that game? Yes, I think they took it a little more seriously, but outside of that, was their positioning differently? Were they rotating faster? Were they holding a man further back past midfield? That's questions that Texas Tech needs to answer, and the problem is you've only got 60 seconds to figure that out.
Certainly felt like a bit of calibration in the first game from UNT, and they're calibrated now. The game was certainly in their favor. Even with a closer scoreline, it did feel like the Mean Green were jumping up over Texas Tech a lot more, especially on the defensive side of things. Here's D-Bank. UNT trying to put one on the board first. Texas Tech, though, not letting them out of their defensive side. Khan with a mistouch. Here comes D-Bank. So he looks for the dunk, does get it. Lucia's going to be a tight angle. It's too far. Too Fast tried to dunk Space Kitten. And now onto the transition, Texas Tech go. Space Kitten gets dunked away by Lucia. Good rotations getting back. Good speed from UNT. So they are able to play a bit of defense here in the first minute and get out. Texas Tech had an opportunity. Now Too Fast wants to do it himself. Trying to get a piece of Space Kitten. It was just too high.
Oh, you got a whole chunk of Space Kitten there, but unfortunately pinched the ball off the post. And I think D-Bank was following that up, but there's Too Fast. Soft tap as well. Looking for the double, but C-Money. Nice dunk there to keep this ball alive on the offensive half, and this is going to be an offensive push here for UNT. But, Lucia was slow on that challenge, and you could tell they're really respecting the transition offense from Texas Tech. They don't want to push too far forward, but this surely has to be a goal for UNT, and it is. First one of game number 3.
And while this is a UNT goal, there were so many opportunities for Texas Tech to put this first one away. Obviously, the double tap there, the follow-ups were a little bit slow from Texas Tech, and North Texas really just capitalized on Texas Tech throwing the house at them. And for UNT, happy to see that one drop for Lucia as they try and fight for the second one now. Tough read for C-Money. Space Kitten helps him out on the clear.
And I'm curious to see how Texas Tech is going to go about this. Second half of play, Space Kitten getting bumps in goal, and I love the aggression that we're seeing from them. They kind of look unfazed going up against North Texas right now. They don't look like they're playing scared at all. They haven't really changed their offense whatsoever. I think the only thing they need to change is just the poor clears like that, where they just hand the ball over, and good D there from Khan. Keep that ball out, and he comes out of the goal as well to get that touch. And the net's open, and UNT has a chance.
Too Fast, looking for the second touch, blocked by C-Money. Good defense here from Texas Tech. Been a little dicey on the goal line, but they've been able to turn away some tough shots as North Texas are really throwing everything at them. And now Texas Tech, they get out. Opportunity here, and poked away by Too Fast. Khan doesn't make contact. Space Kitten just trying to prevent the quick clear from UNT. Here's C-Money, wants to take it himself. Does he have the boost to do so? He did in the flip reset as well, but Lucia with a big clear. Again, looking for C-Money downfield. Texas Tech. No follow-up once again, and C-Money's shot is wide.
Poor. Very poor clear there by Too Fast. And Lucia somehow able to break out of their defensive half. And that's one where you think Texas Tech, you got to punish on that play as Khan. Big whiff at midfield, and Too Fast gets dunked by Space Kitten. It's going to be a good push here for Texas Tech to get things going, but that second man, you saw Space Kitten rotating back.
Oh.
And Lucia just missing that double touch. Beautiful idea there, but the execution just a little off.
And we've said that a couple times for UNT. You feel like they could have scored a lot more opportunities if the execution was there. And granted, they've been trying to score some very tough shots. D-Bank plays it off his own back wall. Here's Texas Tech's opportunity. C-Money couldn't get by too fast. D-Bank, can he flick it on? He does, but C-Money gets back in time. Still a one-goal game, maybe two now. Lucia puts it away, and North Texas double their lead.
Good touch here from D-Bank, and good heads-up play to go into the corner and just try and get a challenge on that ball. UNT, so stingy on offense. It's so hard to get that ball away from him. And Lucia made Texas Tech pay.
The shots really tell that story, Subi. When you say stingy, they have multiple attempts on target. There's 11 shots from North Texas to the 2 of Texas Tech. And that, I think, paints a pretty good picture. Here's going to be a third for Lucia if he can convert. Couldn't get around it. C-Money got back in time. As Texas Tech got some work to do here in the final 50 seconds.
And with how UNT's been playing defense here, you need this goal now. You need it yesterday, and there's a good start, but C-Money, he's going to finish that one off.
Oh, Lucia!
What a save! And
no,
that one off the crossbar. Come on!
Oh,
Texas Tech get robbed.
Oh, no. I mean, the initial save from Lucia was amazing, but for Texas Tech, you've got to put that one away. You can't put it off the crossbar. And maybe a last-ditch effort here. They can't hold on to the ball in the midfield. Lucia's going to clear it away for UNT. And that might just do it. 10 seconds left. Just something with time left on the clock. Space Kitten's going to play it across. Looking for the pinch now. Not as much mustard behind that one as you thought. And UNT could have been a much closer game had Texas Tech converted. But they'll come away with a Game 3 victory.
Well, in Rocket League, coulda, shoulda, woulda amounts to zilch, and that's exactly what Texas Tech put on the board. 0 goals here, and when you look back to game number 2, they got one with 47 seconds left, but you can almost count that as a shutout as well. They're finding more and more trouble getting a goal here as game 1, putting up 5. You got to think, maybe they threw everything they had and have nothing left in the tank.
Well, I mean, right there at the end for Texas Tech, you've got to put that one away because this could have been a different game. I mean, obviously they were going to still be down by a goal, but there is plenty of time to come back. I think it was, 30, 40 seconds left. So for Texas Tech, I mean, the opportunity slipped away. There was also a double tap that was almost put away. There was also open shots that were put wide. Well, not open nets, but, free space to have that shot, and they couldn't place it. So for Texas Tech, the good news is that you have the opportunities to stay in this series. You have the opportunities to put away UNT, but you've got to convert. And right now, Texas Tech are certainly not converting after that last performance.
Well, that's the hardest thing to separate yourself from the pack is being able to finish those. They're not even low percentage shots. It's just shots you've got to get used to making with those small windows. Like you said, it's not wide open net, but it's as open as you're going to see against UNT. So you got to make the opportunity count. And unfortunately, just a few inches off means, that loss is going to shine its ugly head as Too Fast just getting a touch on that just to keep it in the orange half, just to keep the offense rolling for UNT. And D-Bank, the rotation, so fun to watch right now, just like sharks swimming in the water, and they refuse to go out of this orange half until they put a goal on target. And that one so close, and Lucia calls off Too Fast, but right now they're just peppering the net.
Constant aggression, constant pressure coming out for North Texas, but they come out fruitless. Now Khan, can he put away a second touch? He almost gets back over it. Made contact, but couldn't get above it. And for Texas Tech, happy to see the score stay tied up at 0 as they faced a lot of pressure. Only 2 shots from North Texas, but felt like a lot more. The defense dancing on the goal line for Texas Tech. Now Space Kitten. Can they get a little bit of offense going? He couldn't get by the defense of UNT, and Too Fast will carry it to the other side.
I mean, he continually lives up to his name. Too Fast. He has just beaten Texas Tech to aerials, to 50-50 challenges in midfield. I mean, we gotta check his controller because I'm pretty sure he's duct taped to that right trigger and boost button just together.
Well, no one said you couldn't, and right now,
good point.
he certainly is the fastest player as he's almost able to turn that one in across the box. Space Kitten does poke it free for Texas Tech, and they're looking to put on some offense. Their opportunity to take the lead. Here's C-Money. Second touch is there off the back wall.
Oh.
Space Kitten with another sitter, and he finally puts it away. Texas Tech put one on the board.
A miscue here on the goal line from North Texas. You see Lucia and D-Bank unsure of who's going. That's one where you got to call someone off and just boom that ball downfield or dribble it up the side wall, keep it away from the players. But last thing you can do is just kill that ball right in your box.
Redemption for Space Kitten as he's able to put that one free and easy away. And 1-0 for Texas Tech and a well-earned first goal. They had to play a lot of defense, but they generated some good offense like we've been talking about, Subi. Texas Tech aren't without their thorns. They come out with some good offense every once in a while and at least slow down the offense of UNT. This pass over to Khan's going to get cut off. And now the back wall. UNT, they're all over it. D-Bank shot on target, turned away by C-Money.
Oh, C-Money in the perfect position there. And nice clear as well, but Lucia, you could see the patience. He was sitting, just stalking his prey as that ball poked right towards him. UNT inching closer and closer to this net. The offense continues to rotate well. It looks like Texas Tech is just having a hard time of reading the corner hits from UNT right now.
UNT are just moving the ball around so much. It seems like as soon as the first player on UNT gets a touch, someone's there to follow up. It's not even a pass a lot of times. They're just on the same page when they move down the field. Here's Lucia looking for some space across the box, turned away by Khan. Still, UNT sit down by a goal. Texas Tech have done well to hold on to their one-goal lead. Maybe two now. Is this one over Lucia? No. Lucia gets up and clears it away. But some good work here from Texas Tech on the defensive side of things has kept them in this game. And C-Money wants to get that offense going. Tried to dunk through a couple UNT players. Now Khan, he's called upon as he pinches it towards net. Too fast has to clear it away. C-Money all over it for Texas Tech, and two go for UNT, but they get the clear.
Oh, and again, we're seeing double commits come out from UNT. Got to shore those up, especially if you're heading into a game 5, as Lucia keeps UNT in game number 4 here. But they're still fighting to find their first goal. 45 seconds remain, and Texas Tech hanging on, but hanging by a thread doesn't matter right now as long as you're up by 1.
That's what we've been talking about with Texas Tech. They're a scrappy team. They're stingy with these leads. And even with a 1-goal lead, they're holding on to it in the final 30 seconds. Space Kitten, did he get a second? It's going to be too high. D-Bank gets a touch. He gets back to it. C-Money was there on the block. Now Khan goes as well. As UNT, they have just been thwarted every single time they move down the field. This could be the last effort. They're sitting here on the Texas Tech side. D-Bank down and away. Lucia couldn't get there. That could have been it. It's going to be up to too fast. Doesn't get the touch.
Whiffs.
Completely whiffs it on the wall, and Texas Tech force a game 5.
Holy smokes, Corelli. I mean, my prediction's off now, but I think everyone's prediction is off. I think majority of people had a 3-0 for North Texas and thought it was just going to be easy work. But Texas Tech putting up a big fight here and everything on the line as we head to game 5 and the title for the Texas Crown about to be decided.
I gave Texas Tech 1 game in my prediction, and they've certainly come out with 2, and they've looked good. I mean, you know, they've had to feel a lot of the North Texas pressure, and that's not necessarily something you want, but they've been able to deal with it. This game is a perfect example of that. They've been able to turn away a lot of the pressure early on and then late from UNT. They've caught them on the transition, which is exactly what you want. UNT, they tend to send a lot of players on plays that they feel confident about. And as a defender, you're able to capitalize on that if you know when to go. And Texas Tech have done a great job of that. So now they've earned themselves a game 5 and a massive upset looming here if Texas Tech can hold on.
Yeah, and I think if Texas Tech wins this one, it answers the question of who's number 1 in the West, and that crown immediately goes over to LSU. because North Texas cannot give free games, free series away like this. As Too Fast, nice little flick on target. D-Bank high as well. That backboard has denied 2 shots so far here in game number 5, but the shots continue to come out, and what a play from Too Fast, not allowing the defense even have a shot at saving this one.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was actually great from Too Fast, because there's a world where the defense could get up to that shot. Too Fast absolutely takes it away. North Texas on top first here in the first 45 seconds. And that's the offense that we've been seeing throughout this series, Subi. It's just this time, that's the execution you expect, and they've got it there.
Yeah, exactly. The execution has been the big head scratcher here of the series. Too Fast almost finding a nasty angle on the entire Texas Tech defense, but that's a good pinch from Space Kitten to go the length of the field all the way into the blue half, and D-Bank, a much-needed defensive demo to clear up some pressure.
Texas Tech not letting go, fighting for this midfield. D-Bank's touch is weak. Texas Tech to take over as they just lob it towards Lucia, who wants to also give it back in the midfield. Now Too Fast comes through. Can't get back to it. Now Khan. Over to C-Money. He's going to poke it by D-Bank. Easily saved by Lucia. This one comes out to C-Money. What happened to UNT? You thought there would be players in the midfield, but nobody read this touch by Space Kitten.
Well, moth to the flame. Lucia sees the boost pad in the corner. His eyes light up, and he goes for it, leaving the midfield wide open. No communication, and just like that, Corelli, we're all tied up.
A good response from Texas Tech, generating their own chance. UNT looking to respond back as they can't hold on to it here in the midfield. C-Money lobs it over one. Khan's there. Can he drop it down? He does off the post. D-Bank waiting patiently. Can't turn it away, and Space Kitten finally puts it home.
Oh, baby, those push-ups paid off. Just muscling this ball on the goal line. And continuing to hold that boost and follow his shot. Good heads-up play from the entirety of Texas Tech.
Especially with that ball on the goal line. Throwing the body at it from Space Kitten was enough. D-Bank, give him some credit there to at least stall the initial shot, but the follow-through from Space Kitten is what leads to that goal. And now Texas Tech, they get their lead. One that they were able to hold on to in the last game. See if they can do it again. Khan gets a good demo, looking for the back wall. Does get it. Space Kitten's up. Got to drop it down, and it turned away by Lucia. Great read. Still dangerous for UNT. So they do get to clear away. Too Fast in pursuit. And again, a good flick from Too Fast. C-Money there to clean it up. Too Fast again on the ball. Now Lucia. That shot weak and straight at Khan, who is able to control it and take it away for Texas Tech.
Yeah. Khan, pretty quiet since game number 1. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and since then has been shut out. But I'll tell you what, if he gets a goal or an assist here in game 5, it's over, and you can chalk it up as a dub for Texas Tech. But here comes C-Money, 1v1 situation, gets the pop over, but he's just a little off target. Oh my, that would have been so nice to extend the lead by 2.
I couldn't tell. I think he might have gotten bumped there a little bit, which is why he went ahead of the ball, and that was a tough read after that point. Still Texas Tech, while they would have loved to have that second goal, or the third goal with a 2-goal lead, they're still sitting in the lead. UNT, the pressure's on them here in the final minute and a half. Game 5. Texas Tech, once again being stingy with their 1-goal leads. C-Money fighting for it on the mean green side. Here's Space Kitten. Wants to control, but it's straight to D-Bank. Trying to keep a hold of the ball now. It comes out to Too Fast. Dangerous spot here for Texas Tech. Too Fast tried to go under, and everyone saw that going.
Yeah. Trying to do too much at one time with that ball, but Lucia just off of the post. And 1 minute to go. North Texas still pressing on the goal line of Texas Tech. And good challenge from Lucia.
D-Bank chasing players around. Too Fast. Does get by 1. He's got some boost to follow up. And this is a free goal if D-Bank can get over it. He puts it away, ties it up, and North Texas back in it.
Oh, great play here from Too Fast, using every ounce of boost just to get that over Space Kitten. and gets called off. You can see him turn upside down and not get in the way of D-Bank. And all tied up, Corelli. Less than a minute to go. This is what we came for.
Possible Game 5 overtime. Not Space Kitten has something to say about it. Couldn't get a hold of that one. Lucia's clear straight to Khan. Khan again looking for that second touch. He seems to always set himself up for a double tap. Not successful that time. Here's C-Money. And for Texas Tech, can they steal away the series? Khan, shot on target, puts it away with 20 seconds left. Texas Tech in the lead.
His ears were ringing, baby. He heard me. He needed to show up here in Game 5, and with less than 30 seconds to go, might have possibly put in the dagger for Texas Tech.
20 seconds for UNT off the kickoff. Oh, is that one
No
in?
way.
It's going to go to the corner from D-Bank. A kickoff goal for UNT to tie it up.
How does this happen? What a read from D-Bank, and the fact he gets that far post is absolutely ludicrous. Oh, my.
Wow. What a turn of events. We're back to where we started. And now a kickoff again going in favor of UNT, but D-Bank didn't have boost to catch on to it. 10 seconds left now. UNT trying to steal this one. Khan with the save on the near post. Texas Tech trying to make sure this one gets out to go from UNT. Space Kitten's just going to throw it downfield. Lucia keeps it alive. Khan, he's going to keep it up. Why not? As he gets bumped out of the way, we go to overtime in Game 5.
Everything coming down to this, my friend. And, oh, how fun is this? The underdog keeping things alive, but too fast. Baits out too, but Space Kitten keeps his patience, keeps his calm, keeps his cool. Puts that shot on target all the way downfield, but now he's going to have to rush back as UNT has a man advantage.
Oh, D-Bank by himself, using the ball bouncing off his car when he landed to set up the double tap. Oh my goodness, a pass to himself really, as North Texas hang on in Game 5. Texas Tech were not going down without a fight, but North Texas, the individual prowess from D-Bank, comes alive to keep them in it.
Well, and then he gets a Hattie to finish it all off. Come on, boys, throw the cowboy hats on the field. D-Bank stepping up huge here in this series, and that double tap was nasty over the defender, and that was a very quick read as well. I don't know how the defender even has a shot at that.
What can you do? You had to challenge them earlier, which Texas Tech couldn't have known he was going to go for that play. It's not one you see that often. And for North Texas, a scary, scary series here against Texas Tech. And for Texas Tech, it's going to go down as a loss for them. But this was a strong series. Yeah. I don't want to use the Achiezeism as a quality loss, but it's a stronger loss where you look at this one on paper, you say, oh, well, yeah, of course they lost to North Texas. But when you look at the context of the game, Texas Tech, they were dancing right alongside North Texas here.
I mean, we were talking about it mid-game, Corelli, about the growth that we've seen from this Texas Tech team, and it's apparent on the field. They just took one of the best teams in the Western Conference to game number 5 when it's not like UNT were chilling back,
right,
playing like, you know, they were full gamer mode, slouched over their controllers, ready to go, and Texas Tech battling with them blow for blow, and you got to think, if they hone in that accuracy, could this have been a different storyline?
Oh, absolutely, and that's a timeline we will never see as UNT come out in Game 5. We got a couple more matches of CRL coming up right after the break.